early level 1 engagements, primarily focused on the blue buff. Game 3, there was nothing. FNC sort of backed out of it. They played it safe. They played it secure. They were going for the scaling game. Do we feel that there's some shenanigans afoot or could be afoot this time around?
For me, if you're looking at it from Fnatic's side, maybe if they're trying to group up as 5 and get someone with a pike pull, but it is fairly risky. I think they want to be more defensively minded early on. We have the Cassiopeia, they have the Kale, they have lots of scaling options.
Well, we are loading up onto the Rift for what could be Fnatic's final game of Worlds 2019. They are still down in the series 1-2 against FPX. The winner of this series will go on to face Invictus Gaming in the World Championship semi-finals in the Palacio Vista Alegre next weekend. We're staying in Madrid, Spain. So let's see what happens in the early stages of this game. My colors have already rightfully pointed out that some playmaking could be on the cards here for Fnatic, and they have already grouped up that 5-man stack, Kobe.
Remember, you can hook over the wall here if someone is sitting in this tri-brush, like LWX is doing now. You can actually hook him and then try and go in and invade.
Blind.
Here we go.
The boom skewer goes wide. I literally was ramping up to keep screaming, but didn't manage it this time around. LWX escapes the skill shot by the skin of his teeth. The lanes will reset.
And that, what you see on screen afterwards, was actually kind of important, giving the experience of the ward kill over to the solo laners of Fnatic. That may be a very small gift, but it does mean something early on when you have these matchups.
Also want to highlight FPX put a ward on the red buff here from Fnatic to see if they can spot Broxah starting topside and then pathing down towards bottom lane. So the duo of LWX and Crisp will be ready for a potential early gank.
And I like the caution that Fnatic are showing, knowing they put 5 people bottom side. This is no longer safe territory, as you're talking about, Deficio. So Broxah moves in, gets the sweeper, finds the ward, starts red side. Even though FPX know that he is starting on red side, it's going to be a much better situation as far as trying to get that push.
And instantly, Gimgoon, he wards the tri-brush. He's like, I'm not going to get level 2 ganked here. You know, instantly put that one down. Force Broxah to take a different path if he wants to actually go and try and kill him early.
Fortunately for Broxah, you can do Krugs, then Raptors, then still go River and try and make that happen. But generally, it's fairly risky to gank for the Kale early on. Not going to provide you a whole lot, and if the enemy jungler goes up there, you are really, really in a bad situation.
Keeping my eyes on the junglers for the time being. Broxah making his way towards the top clear. Tian making his way on the bottom, and Hylissang stepping all the way forward on that Pyke. Pyke has been banned a number of times this tournament already, and one of the champions that we absolutely wanted to see him play. 16 wins, 4 losses, all-time record. And after some pretty confident plays on Alistar, really in the last 2 games, there will be a lot of eyes on him to set up some of these kills. If Nemesis, Reckless, and Bwipo get aided by Broxah and Hylissang, they absolutely can accelerate this game.
Yeah, and it's not very easy to play Tahm Kench against it, because even if you do end up eating your own AD carry, you will still most likely get CC'd by the Pyke, and then you're kind of stuck there, and you will eventually spit out the AD carry, and he can actually die. Broxah is still looking around top lane, slightly too early. Ward just spots him.
Yeah, he did go the red Krugs Raptor that I was talking about. However, instead of after Raptor going up through the river, goes up still past the tri-brush, so the dying ward barely sees him for the last second. Meanwhile, Tian has gone for red side clear into purchase of boots for the early Predator possibilities with Gragas.
Yeah, we're expecting a gank around solo lanes from Tian here. Broxah, top lane, yes, you can look for a small gank, but also you're just here to try and cover your top laner, so he does not die early game, because there is very easy setup with the Camille, long range, into CC, into the Gragas then, and you will die. Here we go. They can even tower dive him fairly easily.
Saw some yellow pings going down as well. A little bit of caution.
Well, there was that long-range engage. Deficio, body slam comes out from Tian, but the flash was not committed. However, successful gank already. Bwipo, no summoner in that top lane.
Yeah, you have to early flash that, because if you let Tian get close enough with the body slam, he will flash, and then you are 100% dead. You don't get another chance. That is a big opening for FPX, though. They will continue to look at this Kale. No flash on Bwipo. And definitely a champion you want to take advantage of early.
It's pretty interesting. Weibo used both his wards actually in the lane brush. up top lane right there to try and spot if he was either getting lane ganked or if Gimgun was sitting in there for a potential trade. It actually probably didn't matter because he would have lost his flash anyway.
Yeah, and it was for one of the trades as well, getting the second one in there. But we'll see how well he's able to prune this wave, because Gimgun has it in a very nice situation. He can apply so much pressure. This is a flashless, TP-less Kayle with built-up range minions there, taking down and pushing away that wave.
And you know your own jungler is on the bottom side of the map, so you're not getting any backup right here.
And more importantly, your opponent knows that your jungler is down on the other side of the map, so there is no bluffing there. That ward in the river sees him.
Makes me even more nervous when I think about the player that's in that situation. Whippo has been known to overstep his reach from time to time.
Double lead.
Waiting for the Gimgun
Here we go.
passive
Look
to
at
wear.
Gragas.
So look at the minimap. Tian is
That's
making
first
his way up. Whippo, no flash available. Deficio calling the first blood already. Predator is available. Gimgun will be looking for that hook shot off the wall, and this should easily be secured. Precision Protocol makes it look easy.
Yeah, and you might wonder, you know, what's Whippo doing? Why would he even try and do this? And honestly, sometimes as a top laner, you have to just coin flip it and say, listen, if I don't actually do this, if I don't try and push this out, I'm going to lose so much. So I'm just going to hope the enemy jungler is not there, or maybe I can escape if he does show up. He flipped it, and sadly for him, he lost.
Yeah, I mean, we spent about 2 minutes setting up why this was such a bad situation for the Kayle with the minion wave, with the flash gun. Very good capitalization there for Tian. Heads on up with the Predator and finds the first blood for FPX.
I think the wave top lane, the back half will not reach the turret, but at least the front half will die. Now what's going to happen is Camille will build up a big wave for herself, still trying to deny some CS, and then when the big wave is about to crash into the turret, Tian will show up again, maybe with Doing B with him, and then they will try and force Whippo away from turret so he loses even more CS, potentially dies. Broxah is here now to try and assist him. This is not really a gank. He just wants to try and make sure Kayle can push out and actually fully reset the wave.
Providing some support to Whippo, and during the picks and bans, Deficio and Kobe, you both talked about what Tian's sort of options were and saying how he wanted to gank those solo lanes. We talked a little bit about how we wanted to maybe see Fnatic try to set up some plays in that bottom lane. Broxah not been proactive yet. He's at level 5 for the time being, got that chilling smite available and close to the Dragon's Rage. So I want to see where Fnatic pull the first trigger. They're already down 1,000 gold.
Yeah, he's playing defense right now, not offense for himself. And typically when Fnatic are snowballing early games, it's through Broxah being very aggressive and looking for plays.
Oh, all right, the W from Reckless comes out. Some damage onto Hylissang. There's the engage from Crisp. Hylissang is going to be forced to flash away. The tower helping out. As soon as I saw Tian showing up in that bottom lane, I got flashbacks to game 2 of the series. This time around, the damage isn't so much. Doing B, however, is moving up. He's got the Realm Warp available.
They want the plates right here for themselves, forcing Reckless back. Reckless not, of course, using his TP. It'd be very risky to dive in. Right here with still so many members around. Meanwhile, it actually buys a bit of time for Whippo. His flash still on cooldown, but he's safe now because he knows enemy jungler is on bot side.
Yeah, it's these 20-second windows where Tian is really making his presence felt. Broxah gets a little bit of counter jungling done, but that is about it. Meanwhile, Tian is awarded the first blood on top side for his Camille, plus now 2 plates for the bottom lane.
It's a very, very nice read, honestly, from FPX saying, listen, they can't make something happen top lane very easily. So for them, if Fnatic strikes bot, they can actually get back in this early game here. So Tian plays around and says, I've done enough for you, Camille. You can just handle yourself.
I think he just communicates so well with his laners.
Oh,
no flash.
man, Hylissang, no flash, remember. Trying to buy some time. He manages to dive into the pit, escape vision, and escape with his life for now. But that was looking very, very precarious for the Fnatic support. As it stands, Reckless is down 20 CS in this lane. And Hylissang is just trying to get back in to support his bot laner.
I mean, it's the perfect early game for FPX right now because they got that isolated 2v2 bot for as long as they wanted to. We said this dual lane with Tahm Kench Varus, it's super, super strong and can actually stop Kai'Sa from free farming.
All right, off of the reset, since Cassiopeia has control over mid, they started up here. Will the bottom be able to answer? Because the pings are going down here for FPX.
All right, full vision from Tian. Mountain Drake down to 3,000 HP. Hylissang starts charging up the skewer. will find a tag onto Chris, but there's no
Missed it.
follow-up. This is going to be a 4v4. Teleport's not available for the respective top laners, and Nemesis is not yet backed away. The Mountain Drake has now turned his attention for the Chain of Corruption. Beautifully comboed into the Gragas ultimate. Realm Wolf comes down to Chris stays alive until the death from below. Now Hylissang is running for his life with some help from Broxah. Turns it around, manages to escape for now. Goes swimming in the river. Vision is beautiful. Thank you, observers. Hylissang escapes. It is a 1-for-1, but the Dragon goes the way of FunPlus.
Yeah, because Fnatic focus on the kill there. They get the kill. Mountain Dragon over to FPX, but they do answer it, so they're in a fairly stable position here. Tien and Duanbi will take away the blue buff from Cassio. That is so big.
Fnatic, they started the Dragon here, thinking, okay, Duanbi, he's coming from base, so we have early push in mid, and Tien might not be around. He might path towards the top side and secure blue buff that's alive right now, but he stayed around after killing red. That's why they can contest this. And just a great setup with ultis right here, catching Nemesis.
Yeah, and LWX lands the Varus ultimate, then turns around so he doesn't get stunned by Cassiopeia, turns back around to finish it off. Hylissang, though, with the fancy moves on his signature pike, does get out, so it's a 1-for-1.
Definitely makes me happy to see Hylissang fully aware, using the sort of cooldown recharged ultimate to escape. And Fnatic, they get the single kill. Thanks to that, they're actually now even in gold. They were down 1,000. Small CS advantage for Nemesis. The assists for Broxah and Reckless helped out. And obviously that Drake, the only big advantage that FPX have over Fnatic right now.
Very, very true. And, you know, I was getting scared for top lane right there. I thought FPX would just keep kind of like trying to shut down Whippo without his flash and give a big lead over to Camille. But as they shifted attention bot side to make sure that they could keep pushing in and secure plates with the Varus, it meant that Fnatic could stay on defense and just make sure that no one died bot lane, and in the end just trade 1-for-1. So the KO is right back in the game now. Flash is available, actually winning on farm at the moment, and we know the late game is absolutely amazing from this champion.
And we're seeing some of the changes recently in effect. Well, let's see if Hylissang goes for this.
All right, looking at the minimap, Broxah's making his way down. And Skew, I think, actually tagged LWX, but the Devour came in, if I read that one correctly, and Nemesis now moving back to mid.
Yeah, but some of the changes that caused Kale to be seen so much more in pro play now, why we're seeing it so much throughout the World Championship. Now, once he gets range, it makes it so much easier to farm out this mid stage of the game. That's why we see Whippo catching right back up in farm. Now again, the Broxah Hilly duo that we were looking for earlier in Champ Select, meeting up, going for that invade, trying to get some vision down for themselves. But it looks like everybody's got their eyes towards mid, as even Gimgoon on the Camille is roaming.
Feels like there's more members from FPX that are close enough for a potential engage. Broxah's waiting in the wings. Duanbi now got to escape. Bone Skewer comes up, but that falls ever so short. The Abyssal Voyage will bring Crisp to support. And at the end of the day, it's just one small cooldown advantage in Fnatic's favor.
Let's see if they can find Tian here. He's actually stealing away the red buff. Should be able to get out safely on his side.
Stop! Halt!
But all credit to Tian. He stole the blue buff a few minutes ago. Steals the red buff now as well. Like, Tian seems to have downloaded Broxah's decision-making and has felt more impactful in the early game. Hylissang will get spotted out on that ward, but yeah, again, like, all credit to Tian and the impact he's had consistently across all 4 games in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's been coordinating with his lanes really well, what both sides have wanted thus far. Looks like we have a very deep press in from LWX to get that turret play.
There's a TP ward here in case Hylissang starts a fight, but you do see in mid lane, Duanbi and Tian, they're spotted by wards, showing that they're already hovering towards bottom side, ready to react in case something happens, and Fnatic decide, again, just play it slow, just like last game. You don't have to overforce anything.
And that's what we keep returning to. The game plan here for Fnatic has remained calm. Now they're to another breakpoint. Well, we have 3 members down bottom, though, so FPX are teleporting in. This could be the dive. Yeah, missing the Varus ult.
Chain of Corruption won't find a target, but once the teleport completes, there from Duanbi, this will be the first tower of the game just before turret plates fall as well, giving FPX the gold lead once again.
And I like the play. You're already winning on bottom side. Let's just secure it. Do not give Fnatic a chance to start a big fight where they engage onto you. Now you can move Tahm Kench and Varus around the map and start just putting more focus on the top lane turrets.
Because they got an earlier reset, though, will Fnatic be able to answer with a Rift Herald is the next question.
No, both teams will be there around the same time.
I mean, they're moving up right now. It's going to be a recall from Gimgoon, who has teleport as well, and will get a purchase off. But Bruxa already used his to try and push the wave.
Now, of course, the purchasing from Gimgoon will at least balance it out. Whippo's come back to lane with Gunblade. You've already got the Archangel stacking up for Nemesis. Manamune for Reckless. Blade of the Rune King for LWX. So those first big-ticket items, as we approach 15 minutes on the clock, have been secured.
They are setting up the vision for it. Fnatic have the wards in place, and they make the call.
Tien is still at the red buff right now. FPX should know that this is being started. I think they just decided they actually don't want to contest or not. They just want to trade it for Drake.
Okay, so what can Fnatic do then with this Rift Herald? When do they decide to use it?
Use a top turret if they want to start already pushing down.
Tien will be able to pick up that Ocean Drake. This is completely uncontested. Gimgoon is left solo in lane. By the way, down 14 CS. We didn't look at that top lane after Bwipo conceded first blood. So fair amount of credit to him for balancing that back out. I think the wave pushing back in his favor would have helped. And now the Rift Herald has been picked up by Broxah. He's held the trigger for now, decided not to use a top lane Deficio.
I think it's actually a safe call by FPX to say we don't want to contest this one. Let's just trade for Drake. We have the lane push. Ooh, let's see it once again.
All right, Realm Whip is going to be committed there onto Bwipo, as is the Hextech Ultimatum. The stopwatch is used to buy some time. Bwipo still got that Divine Judgment, which he manages to cast. Get off, the Gragas ultimate comes back. Bwipo goes down. The Divine Judgment did not help enough. Now the tower will fall as well. And FPX with a decisive play and a 2,500 gold lead.
And this is because Rift Herald, they just gave it up and said, you are investing a lot of members topside. Good, we get control bot. We can then push in, they go for more.
They've got themselves another kill. Let's say this is a 15.5-minute inhibitor turret kill. Now FPX, they decide to back away. And honestly, the speed of this series has been fantastic. 3 towers to 0 in the blink of an eye.
Exactly, and it was the vision that they focused around the Rift Herald as well. All of Fnatic's vision invested in the top half of the map allows FPX to move in here for this power play to make that dive. Even with the stopwatch, plus the Kayle ultimate buying time for Bwipo, and him using his flash initially to try and gain distance, it is Tien who comes in with the Gragas that is going to be able to get the ultimate off. With that Rise route, there's no way that Bwipo is going to dodge it. So really nice continuation of that dive there by FPX. And they don't let up either, because they see Cassiopeia continuing to commit to the split.
Yeah, really good play in this What's Your Move replay from Fun plus Phoenix. They break open the base, and Fnatic, they lose another.
It's so fascinating about shot calling and how many, steps ahead you're actually calling. Okay, we know that taking Rift Herald, we secure bot side instead. If someone tries to defend, we have Rise ulti to then go in multi-members and actually kill him. Even a Kayle who used stopwatch and ult on herself to buy more time. I really like the play from FPX to say we can get something for this trade more than just the Drake.
Fnatic are still down 3,000 gold just before this tower goes down. They need Hylissang to use that passive to help claw back their gold lead. As you guys know, I love looking at odd stats. There has never been a reverse sweep at Worlds in BO5's knockout stage. The only time it happened was at MSI as TSM and GAM played against one another. If we count BO3s, maybe. But Fnatic, they're on the verge of being eliminated, and on the verge, if they force a game 5, making history.
You want a Hylissang to create picks right here. It's difficult because mid lane, Varus Tahm Kench just sit there and just push in every time they can, every time it's safe, and then you have Tahm Kench ulti available. Oh, they're fighting again.
Yeah, this isn't a fight, this is a slaughter. Deficio.
Very true.
Chain of Corruption into Gragas barrel, no summoners used, and again, honestly, it's beautiful to watch.
This LWX Varus pick has absolutely been the extra lever that FPX have needed. Absolutely been incredible in turning their momentum towards the win. Now, Tien actually going to have an easy route here. It looks like they'll pick up another outer turret. They continue to take away Fnatic territory and reduce the possibility of those counterplays.
And it's so hard for Fnatic to answer because typically, if you want to break 1-3-1 again, you want to get control of mid to stop enemy mid lane from having any priority, and then the side lanes have to stop pushing. But it's Tahm Kench sitting there right now for FPX. Then the other option is you look towards bot lane where Kayle is sitting, but then you have to respect that Crisp will come in with ulti and bring another one with him.
Yeah, Fnatic not drafting for the split map this time around. They're drafting for team fight for themselves, needing so much more synergy to group up with Kayle, with Cassiopeia.
Right.
Left alone, those are going to be very vulnerable targets.
It's very important to highlight that these champions can sit in side lanes and farm. They are strong 1v1, of course, but they don't have a lot of mobility on their side. So you feel very alone as a Cassiopeia if you're pushing far up in a side. and a Camille or a Gragas, whatever it is, comes flying towards you, you're most likely going to die, and you can't react in time. So it gets, it puts everything towards FPX when it comes to map control.
Well, FPX have got map control. 4 towers to 1. Got themselves a 3,500 gold lead. Baron will be up in 50 seconds, so they can start playing around this mid and top lane once they break this outer turret from Fnatic and put more pressure on Fnatic around the Baron bar.
But what Fnatic's doing now is the correct. You bring everyone to mid lane to force control to your side, and then you can fan out after.
All right, Bone Skewer will find Chris. Miasma will force him to be grounded, and the Gragas barrel this time round will not send Fnatic flying into the waiting arms of the LPL #1 seed. Hylissang is going fishing once again. I'm following the Bone Skewer, not going to find a target.
This is going to be a split call here. Gimgoon going up to split push on the top tower while the Dragon is available. FPX want to try and keep Fnatic spread once again so they can try and find those picks. But it looks like without the vision, Gimgoon might get attacked by Broxah. 2v1, they're actually going for the pick.
All right, Puepo's Divine Judgment is rank 2 and may get needed. The engage starts as Gimgoon jumps forward. That passive shield does so much work. Dragon's Rage kick into Sonic Wave, as well as the Hextech Ultimatum. KL Ultimate comes down, and Hilly actually will help out the kill there. And the gold, that's a good thing for Fnatic.
Everybody showing forward. Fnatic on the top side means that FPX will take the consolation prize of the Ocean Dragon. But that is a big kill, picking off the Camille for Fnatic.
The first slip up here from FPX. Gimgoon not respecting the fact they lost priority mid, because Fnatic went in with all 5 players, but you can always just trade it for a Drake.
And he's done it again. Every time somebody dies top, FPX have got that Dragon. That's another Ocean. If you are a Fnatic fan, stats tell us there's a 33% chance at Worlds they will win with a goal deficit at 20 minutes. 2 wins, 4 losses, win behind. If you look across the entire year, they have 5 wins and 20 losses, win behind at 20 minutes, and they are significantly behind.
They're trying to basically play 1-4, where you only focus on 2 lanes. One has to be mid, and then you pick one side lane where you can invest your vision. So it's a bit harder for FPX to punish you, and you can actually push forward. But mid priority is the key factor here. So once again, when everyone resets from Fnatic, they will run to mid, try and push FPX back, and then they select a side, depending on whether it's an objective they want.
All right, Hylissang starts to step forward, channels up that Q. Tags himself a catfish, but no further follow-up. Nemesis with the Leandri's Torment and the Seraph's Embrace is obliterating LWX's HP. Gragas ultimate comes in just to buy some time. Hylissang's Death from Below will just about come on cooldown. Reckless goes forward to the killer instinct. Now Tien's the target, dashes forward. Reckless is on the board, he gets the first of the fray, but it's at the cost of Nemesis's life. He didn't use the flash. Reckless gets over the wall, and now the chase back. Chris continues to move forward as Doinb gets himself a kill onto Puepo. The KL ultimate did not come down.
They chased too far forward there, and FPX punished them. The teleport from Gimgoon brings Camille in, and they kill them off in the small corridor of the jungle.
And that's when it gets basically impossible to play the game. Even when you're grouping mid, trying to get control, you end up losing the fight. And FPX, especially Doinb on this rise, are so hard to teamfight against because he's just moving around so well, and they keep finding Fnatic when they overextend.
That made it very easy for LWX to land the Varus ultimate here. Even though LWX gets chunked out so early on in this fight, he has the range that he can land it. Let's take a look at how they dive in. So, it is Nemesis who starts out, ults TN here. They want to chase him down. Reckless makes the call to go all in. Stopwatch barely saving them. The spell flux from Rise, channeling between everybody. LWX lands the Varus ultimate, and they absolutely chase them down here with Camille coming in on top.
That ulti from Whippo just off cooldown when he died.
Yeah.
Sadly for him, but Fnatic, they technically did the correct thing in grouping as 5, but then ended up looking for a fight without easy engage to use. Let's see what happens top now.
All right, the Petrifying Gaze, yes, that stuns up Chris, but that may not be enough. Nemesis is locked down, locked up, and just about dies. TN takes him out, but at what cost? Death from Below gets 1. That's a reset. Now all of a sudden the Gragas barrel goes back. Divine Judgment buys some additional time for Whippo, but not that much. A secondary Death from Below, as now Hylissang is in trouble. Reckless is getting blown up where he stands. Tian down very low, and Hylissang runs for his life. 2 for 3 in favor of FPX.
Hill is still looking here. He's on a ward, though. He's going straight for it.
Oh, Realm Warp, not going to get taken this time around. Death from Below to get over the wall. Crisp was sure just about tag, but not going to be enough to get the Devour And Doinby 4-0-3 on this rise. He's got a 9.3 KDA this series, 602 damage per minute on the champion, and he is a monster.
Let's see here. No ulti from Whippo. I believe it's ready at this time, and he didn't use it onto Nemesis. I think he might have just gotten CC'd when he wanted to actually activate it. That's a really important thing because it means Nemesis dies earlier than he should in this fight. And Reckless believes, okay, we're diving the backline, we're getting them, but actually Hylissang is jumping out after he went in.
He ulted in to finish off LWX, but LWX going down there, and then he's trapped. Then Hylissang will make another escape on Pyke. In the aftermath, there's not going to be any objective picked up, so not moving the game state that much. And we'll have to check back in on all of the wards that survived. FPX are doing just that, trying to clear them out.
There's one ward outside. Tian did actually spot it right there with the sweeper. Always use your sweeper outside to check if there's a ward around the corner. Fnatic only looking at one Mountain Drake on the other side, so they will stay around trying to defend.
All right, for FPX, I think they really do need to get their Camille into the side lane here. Hilly goes deep.
Oh, he really does. The Bone Skewer doesn't find his target, though. Chain of Corruption comes up and instantly cleanses away from the QSS. Reckless commits his ultimate. That's already a kill onto LWX. This time round, Whippo throws down the Divine Judgment. That's a double kill for Broxah. Now it's not done yet. Fnatic 5 members strong. But the problem is Doinby untouched, full mana. And Fnatic cannot pick that fight yet.
They can just go get some farm. Drake is spawning soon, but Fnatic, they keep trying to group around mid lane, and FPX, they keep fighting them.
All right, they're going to push the lane here. Let's see if they can actually retreat back down to the Dragon. Chen will be seen.
I mean, at this point, this Drake is not very important for Fnatic, other than maybe stopping FPX from stacking too many. Fnatic are just valuing getting farm and experience, and then hopefully a reset. But look at this, FPX, they're starting it. Broxah's checking.
All right, Brox's smite is on cooldown, actually, if I read that correctly, but double teleports committed. FPX get exactly what they want. Fnatic still find themselves 2,500 gold down, but I have to ask, gentlemen, when you see 2, 3 fully completed items across most of the players in this game, that gold lead may not be as significant as it feels. Is that fair?
Definitely true, as they're answered here. Let's see if they can set up. What's more important is the positioning here around Baron. Scuttle Crab being picked up for FPX gives them the security to know that they can actually go for the reset. Meanwhile, Fnatic had to burn both teleports there for Reckless and Nemesis. Thankfully for them, one of them wasn't Whippos, and that will come off cooldown a little bit earlier and allow them some countermeasure.
But we've seen now a few times these recalls together as a team that Fnatic pull off, and then they can go together towards mid and stop FPX from split pushing. That's kind of been the key to slowing down the game. Now, luckily for FPX, they can still win team fights. They don't have to actually split push to win the game right now because the Rise is so strong. But Fnatic knows this is the way to win the game. It's not matching them in 3 different lanes.
Hylissang again.
All right, Bone Skewer finds Tian. Teleport is now committed.
Very aggressive TP.
Will tag on Broxah. He buys some time with the stopwatch, and Doinby comes in. That's a good escape from Broxah right now, but Whippo just gets blown up. Tian and Doinby do so much work. Nemesis is running for his life. He throws down that stopwatch to buy some time of his own. 2 quick kills for FunPlus Phoenix.
The Zonia's for him is so big. Tian baits them in. That's 2 kills for FPX. They're burning down the Baron. Can Broxah steal it?
Well, we're going to have to find out. Sonic Wave to get in the pit. Hylissang's running for his life. 5,000 hit points. Triple Ocean will do some work for FunPlus Phoenix. The Baron is so low. Sonic Wave finds his target. Broxah, he jumps into the pit. Not going to go just yet. He's blown up. Reckless kills Gimgoon though, and then Hylissang goes down. FunPlus Phoenix, they get the Baron. They extend their lead, and they're 1 Nexus away from a semi-final berth in the World Championship.
And we just said it, FPX, they can just take the team fights, they can win them. This Rise is so fed. I feel like every single game he's playing in this series, he's looking amazing on this champion. It's a very aggressive TP behind Fnatic, but he knows he can flash out instantly. There's a Banshee on him as well, so he's actually not at risk of dying. And at this point, Fnatic are split up. Whippo gets hit by the ulti, so he can't actually ult himself. And then FPX, they win the fight.
Super carry Doinby once again. He zones the whole team apart. This time around too, Tien gets the perfect Gragas ultimate, and they kill the Kayle without an ult once again. Then it's actually not that difficult for them to zone out Broxah here. Gimgoon goes over the wall, and even though he does land that Sonic Wave, everybody stops damage on the Baron. Broxah can't burst 1,500, and his Q even gets interrupted there. That was Tien with the body slam, making sure he doesn't even get close to executing.
What I
there.
love about that is it shows you how heads up FPX were. They were waiting for that resonating strike to come in. And Broxer, lights are off for him and Fnatic right now as they are down 5,500 gold. The 2018 World Finalists on the verge of being eliminated from the #1 seed. The Gragas Barrel this time around sends Nemesis sideways. He will not be killed just yet, but Fnatic are defending the steps of their base.
They don't have an easy way to start the fight here. It's like Hylissang trying to go in, or Broxer trying to flank them, but there's a Tahm Kench, first of all, who can save a key target, and then this Ryze, who's sitting there with Banshees. You also have the extra shield coming in. He's not gonna die. He will just destroy you.
Yeah, their only plan now for Fnatic has to be, all right, farm for late, boys. Because they have to play defense. There's nothing on the map to draw them out to get picked off anymore. They need to defend at these towers where they have the security. There's wave clear here for them. So they shouldn't give up hope. They need to continue fighting. This is a do-or-die game for them, and they do have possibilities.
And the thing is, if Whippo can learn to use his R in the right times,
gotta hit him there.
It will make a big difference. You do have to call it out. Whippo has been surprised in Court of God. And look, all credit to FPX, right? They created those situations because look, Realm Warp, Abyssal Voyage, everything's being thrown down. Whippo Pressor, Whippo Pressor. Not gonna need it just yet. This time I need to eat my words. Crisp gets caught out. Death from below will not find his target as Chris flashes to safety. It means it won't get reset. Reckless holds on to the killer instinct for now. I was wondering if he's going to dive onto Gimgoon. And Crisp, DoinB, is backing away and defending the retreat from FPX.
Defending for now, at least. FPX will have a lot of healthy members. Drake is spawning in a minute. Another mountain, but they still want this in it.
FPX had 3 Ocean Drakes. So Chris got down to 10%, so they'll all heal back up. As you can see, Fnatic need to defend again.
They do indeed. Whippo will use that Divine Judgment. Gets caught by the Gragas Barrel, but he's in trouble. It's burned up. He's blown up already. Hylissang's running for his life. He's got a gigantic shield to work with. We'll try to regenerate the HP. The inhibitor is now dropped. It's a 5 versus 4. This could be the final push. Petrifying Gaze is on cooldown as well, and Reckless may need that ultimate to pull off something magical. 7-0-4 on DoinB's Rise. The super carry of the LPL, the #1 seed of the LPL, is just moments away from a showdown with the #3 seed from the LPL. Hylissang, that's a bold, bold move, my friend, and he didn't find a target.
Let's see if they just grab the Drake on the way out. FPX in full control. Great series today from them. Actually played really, really smart. Oh, they want to see if Hylissang is going to check.
Oh, trying to escape with his life. I think Flash is available to him. Steps out of vision for now. Another Mountain Drake before the inevitable Elder Drake. And we have a pause. This is for the drama, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Look at Whippo. I want to look at the player faces here and try to read into their emotional state, because Fnatic, honestly, they will need something magical to claw back the advantage that FPX have built up.
Feels like you're almost relying more on the other team actually messing up at this point. Because even if we go full late game, I feel like FPX have still a very, very strong team fight. And they will eventually play around an Elder Drake. They're going to have 2 mountains, 3 oceans. So it's an absolutely insane Elder Drake they will pick up. Like, there is no actual outscaling right now for Fnatic.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, FPX have supreme advantage in the side lane. DoinB is a 7-kill Ryze with Flash available. No one can answer him in the 1v1. They should be able to control the entire map with Inhibitor being destroyed for a very easy setup. Fnatic, though, the fans not giving up. The team not giving up. Again, they have to return to the farm for late, boys. And as the Fischio is saying, maybe a little bit of a positioning error for some help on the side of FPX.
Let's talk about some late then. 1.5 minutes to Baron. Super minions pouring into the bottom lane. This will at least try to funnel some of that gold. The Fnatic ways. I'm looking at silver linings here, team. But DoinB's just picked up a death cap. So he's a full item and a half ahead of Nemesis, his lane opponent. And truthfully, the man, the soul, the brain, the center, the spine, the backpack of FPX, he is phenomenal in the series.
Yeah, he's finished the game. He's level 18 full build, Quickshot. Nobody else has even gotten to the final level of this game. So he's smurfing around here, literally in quarterfinals on the world stage.
And after all the criticism that FPX received from their group stage performances, the group of life, the debate, the sloppy games, the big question that we did ask was, would that group stage questionable performance show up today, or would the summer split almost most dominant LPL team show up? And let's, call the mistakes from Fnatic. Let's call them out as well. But FPX caught them, punished them, and have played exceptional
if
series.
you're getting pressured everywhere, then you will make mistakes. That's just how it is. So credit to FPX 100%. I love the story as well. Tian and Doinb joining the other 3 members and actually making FPX a top team in China. Now a team who's going to fight in the semifinal, most likely. At least, let's see if they can actually finish the game.
I think that's a safe bet, Deficio.
We have a saying in solo queue, and at least it doesn't get worse from here. Well, maybe it does.
Let's find out. Abyssal Voyage comes down. Whippo, not yet used the Divine Judgment, will buy some time. And instantly the rest of Fnatic bail away. Now, what was committed for that Realm Warp, as well as Abyssal Voyage, it finds the pick. But with Baron up and a 45-second death time, that's exactly what FPX wanted.
Yeah, and the inhibitor's already down on the opposite side of the map. This is ideal setup for FPX. Fnatic have to pull something magical now.
All right, Gimgun's Hextech Ultimatum is on cooldown. Doinb's Realm Warp 2. The rest of FPX, they are starting off Baron. Double Mantle, Triple Ocean. 2 minutes for Eldan. Broxah, he's already tried one attempt at steal. He's going to have to try another. Teleport is now coming into the Tribush. Broxah has been zoned away, has been pushed out. Fnatic have been strangled off of the map. And it started by stabbing Bwipo in the bottom lane. His 0-7-3 Kayle has been beaten up and bullied from first blood 32 minutes ago to now FPX with their second Baron, and they're now sieging the top lane.
Let's see here, Fnatic hoping to get one last fight under one of these turrets here. If you're looking on the other side, already GA now.
Gotta be it.
For the Varus, but again, the engage, you have to pull off. Someone like either Brox or Helsing has to go in, and they will probably die when they do it, if they actually want to get a real engage onto FPX.
That doesn't look like a real engage for now. That's just fishing for opportunities. Nobody was available yet. Earlier today, one of the Korean squads fell. It looks like a European team will fall in just a few moments, leaving 2 China, 2 EU, 2 Korea left in the tournament, but an all-Chinese semi-final unless Fnatic do something magical. They've got to defend inhibitors in 2 lanes at once. There are super minions on the steps of Fnatic's base. Death from below comes out. Doinb forced to flash, or at least moving away with the flash. And Hylissang's already dead. The inhibitor falls. There goes Broxah trying to get some damage. Gimgun's in trouble. Buy some time with Hextech Ultimatum. That's a dead Nemesis. Dead Bwipo. It's going to be a dead Fnatic. Fun plus Phoenix have shut down Fnatic and advance to an all-LPL semi-final. Fun Plus will face Invictus Gaming.
The new champions of the LPL, FPX, versus the defending world champions, Quickshot.
What a matchup we have in the semi-finals. Undoubtedly the better team on the day.